It's almost 12 noon on Monday the 5th of June. I've just dropped Mum and Dad off back at home after a weekend of house and Bentley sitting while Ian and I were over at the Splendid Day Out Steampunk Festival in Moortown. So they're now safely ensconced back at home, and I've got to about another 40-minute drive back to Leeds for some lunch, a little bit of late lunch. So I'm now back from dropping Mum and Dad off at home, and I've come back to sort out all the orders on the website. And my goodness, you've been busy over the weekend. I should go away more often. You've practically cleaned me out. So yes, I've got all those to go through. So I've printed off all the orders and I've started to get them ready for posting in the next day or so. So thank you for that. So I'll just have to plan now what we're going to be doing for dinner tonight. Curry, we said, did we not, Ian?
But you didn't get enough chicken breast out.
No, so I think we're going to end up doing some fish.
Fish fingers!
So, yes. Now, you're so happy, I'm telling you now, that you can't see what I can see right now, because Ian is sat opposite me in his underwear. Aren't you?
Yeah, I got wet.
Yes. He's taken the dog out and got soaking wet, so he's just sat in front of me in just pants and a t-shirt. What a lucky escape. It's Tuesday and it's just after lunch, so already this morning Mr. Bentley has been out for a quick walk because it's absolutely teeming down with rain and he doesn't want to go very far. I've done a complete laundry load, got it washed and dried. I've also done all of my website orders, processed, packaged and ready to go to the post office. I've also filmed, edited, exported, and I'm now currently uploading for the video for tonight. My vlog for Wednesday is complete and ready to be uploaded. I'm just finishing the edits of the Splendid Day Out weekend, and all that before lunch. So I now deserve a cup of tea and a sit down. Wednesday morning, 7 AM, need coffee, 7:05 AM. Good morning! It's stopped raining. It's still windy, but it's actually stopped raining, which is an absolute marvel. So that means Mr. Bentley can go out for a walk, which means Ian's getting a bit more exercise. That means we'll have a happy dog today rather than a miserable one like we had yesterday, because it rained all day and didn't stop. Oh, I love British summertime. It's 9:45 on Wednesday the 7th of June. Now, as most of you are aware, not only do I have my own website, but I also have an Etsy store. Now, I originally started off on Etsy before I built my own web store on my website, and I've kept the Etsy store going while I transferred everything over. Now, those of you that use Etsy or have your own Etsy stores will know that recently Etsy decided that everybody had to accept credit cards regardless. So, and they said that it was to make a more consistent service and more make sure that everybody offers the same thing, so that every Etsy store had to accept credit cards regardless, and if you didn't like it then you took the high road. Now, I already had PayPal attached to my Etsy store, so people could already pay by credit card if they wanted to. So it doesn't matter if you have PayPal, you can still accept credit cards, debit cards, whatever, across the board. So forcing me to take credit card payments as a separate thing to PayPal is redundant as far as I'm concerned. But not only that, when somebody pays by a credit card through Etsy rather than through PayPal, Etsy hold on to the payment for 7 days. So I don't get the money for another 7 days, which is ridiculous, because when people pay by PayPal, the money comes through immediately. So if somebody makes a payment at 3 o'clock in the morning that money is transferred immediately to me upon completion of the order. Etsy now hold on to that money. Now, I think the only reason that they're doing that is that they can amass greater amounts in their bank account and get more interest from their bank. That's the only reason I know or think of that they could do that, particularly when people accepting PayPal could already accept credit cards. So to me, it was using a sledgehammer to crack a nut. Totally unnecessary. Secondly, with PayPal, every time there is a transaction, so for example, if somebody pays £10 or $10, whatever, there's a payment handling fee that's attached to every single transaction. So I know how much PayPal have taken from every transaction or every sale that I make on my website. So if somebody spends $10 or £10, the fee is right there, and I can account for that when I do my financial reporting back to the government or whatever. With Etsy, they don't. What you get, if somebody spends, let's say $40 or £40 on 20 different items, the payments are listed separately, or the payment handling fees are listed separately. Not all lumped together per transaction, it's per item. Which means if you sell 100 different items to 3 different people, you've got to go through that payment handling statement to work out which payment handling bits belong to which transaction, which is a complete and utter statistical and logistical nightmare. And the other thing is, even though everything on my Etsy store is in pounds sterling and my Etsy store is set up for pounds sterling, all the sales fees, all that payment handling fee, 3.5% that they charge me, is only ever listed in dollars. Which means for every transaction, for every payment handling fee that I get, I have to then sit and manually convert that from dollars to pounds, which would make accounting an absolute, even worse than what it is already. So for that reason, I'm going to close my Etsy store. Now, the amount of sales that I get through on my Etsy store now are very, very minimal. I'm only maybe getting 1 or 2 or 3 a month, whereas the majority, I would say, are now on my own website. So for this particular reason, the fact that it's taking me far too long to account on a daily basis for Etsy, I can't do it to the level that I need to because they're just rubbish. And for all the reasons that I've listed, that's it. I'm going to close my Etsy store. So by, let's say it's Wednesday the 7th, so I'm going to strip the Etsy store down and close it now I'll have to leave it open because obviously you're not going to see this now until probably Wednesday the 14th or something of that nature, whatever date it is next Wednesday, because of the nature of the way that these vlogs work. So I'm going to close my Etsy store down probably by the Friday after. So whatever date that is, let me have a quick look. I'll just get my calendar up so I can have a quick look and check on dates. So let's see. I want to see the full month. Thank you very much. So yeah, Wednesday the 14th, this is going live. So I'm going to close my Etsy store by no later than Friday the 16th of June. So if there's anything on my Etsy store that you want, then you have until Friday the 16th of June to get it. Everything should have been transferred over onto my website store anyway, but just in case, I'm giving you fair warning that by Friday the 16th of June, my Etsy store will be no more. I can't say fairer than that.
Look at you, the recumbent puppy. Yeah. Look at you. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh, yes. I'm going to stretch it. Oh, the big stretch. Oh. You're going to go to sleep now? Yes. Okay. Perhaps not then.
It's very windy, as you've just seen. It's dry, warm,
but my goodness, that wind is strong today. So I've just jumped in the car. It's 1 o'clock and I'm just going down to the storage unit. I need to check to see if we have any hidden padded envelopes rather than go and buy some, because I'm in need of some more. I've run out again. So I'm going to go see if we already have some. If we have, I'm going to steal those. If we haven't, then on the way back I'll be stopping off at the post office, sending some parcels off and buying some more padded envelopes. So that's where I'm going at the moment. Not a wasted journey. I found 4, so that's better than nothing. While I was passing, I've just nipped into the pet shop because Mr. Bentley's favourite toy, which is his rope, was left outside when we had all that torrential rain, and it's taken 2 or 3 days to dry, but it now stinks to high heaven. So I've just bought him a new one. Okay, so now on to the post office. Are you alright? I've just found another English one. 68. It's just after 9 on Thursday morning and it's June the 8th, which is general election day. So I will be going to cast my vote later. It's, as you can see, been raining again. Not a very nice morning. And I'm out with Mr. Bentley, who doesn't really want to be out. It's 3:15 and it's taken me nearly 3/4 of an hour to get out of the city. Traffic is just horrendous today. It's all snarled up. There's tailbacks and congestion everywhere, and I can only presume it's because there's stuff going off in the city centre to do with the election. But I'm on my way to mum and dad's for the evening, take the mum shopping and do whatever needs doing. So hopefully I should be there within the next half hour. So that's it. I've been to vote, done my civic duty and all that, so now I can legitimately moan if the party that I didn't vote for gets in. So you've done yours as well, haven't you?
Yes.
Earlier on today. Excellent stuff. So yesterday's election resulted in a hung parliament. There are so many jokes there, it's best just not to go. I've just tripped coming up the stairs and twisted my ankle. Didn't I? I can't be trusted. It's 10:30 on Friday and I've just finished a rather gothic and macabre art journal page for Saturday's video. So I now have to edit and get all that stuff ready for upload tonight. So I'm going to be a bit busy for the next hour or two. It's just gone 1:30 on Friday afternoon and we've just got back from a quick visit to the vet. Mr. Benjamin Bunny is poorly. He has an abscess on the bottom part of his jaw, which is all tooth related. He has a genetic defect where his teeth grow all crooked, and it's caused him to get an abscess on the bottom part of his jaw, and on the opposite side of the top one he's got growing roots, teeth roots, which have caused his eye also to swell up, and oh, it's all good fun. So we've been to the vet. He has some antibiotics and some anti-inflammatories, but we also have just had a... Yes? Yes, can I help you? Yes, we're talking about your brother. I know. So we've just had a quote for an operation to sort his teeth out and that kind of stuff, which is about £250, which is about $320-ish. Not the sort of money we have lying around. So we're going to have to see if we can save up and try and find the money for the operation for Mr. Benji. Otherwise, it doesn't bear thinking about really. Saturday, 12:15. Grocery shopping. Don't get much more exciting than that. We're having a bit of a boring domestic day today. So it's laundry, house cleaning, ironing, grocery shopping, you know, that kind of stuff. Nothing really, really exciting today at all. We're just having a quick snuggle before bed, aren't we? 10 AM Sunday morning. I'm now off to the supermarket to buy all the things that I forgot to buy yesterday. Oops. As I've said before, the supermarket is very, very close to us. It's only like 2 or 3 minutes drive, but it's still slightly too far to walk back with heavy bags of shopping. I'm excited, puppies. Hello. Kiss, kiss. Give me a kiss, yes. So I've just got back from doing the shopping at the supermarket, and then we have scenes of domesticity. Ooh. It's 4:30 on Sunday afternoon, and I've just spent the last hour and a half editing all the footage from last week that you've just watched. Looks complicated, doesn't it?